What's going on at 6? Good morning.
We have so much going on. I have my snow boots. I'm prepared.
Well, I said I'm wearing my fall attire. You've got a winter jacket and snow boots on. What's going on?
And you know what? I still am not wearing socks. I'm sticking to my rule. I've got boots on, no socks. Okay. Probably more information than you wanted to hear.
Controversy just so follows you everywhere.
Ooh, it does, doesn't it? And there's more. Lauren Simonetti. Sometimes controversy follows her. She is live from New York. She has the inside scoop on something new in the works from Apple. And then later, some taxpayers are breathing a sigh of relief after finding out that this year there's less chance that they will be audited, and we'll tell you why. Emmy Roscoe is showing us a new twist on home improvement that not only helps you, but it also helps others as well. So we got a lot to get a jam-packed show coming up at 6.
And there may be some snow coming.
I've heard.
You guys can talk about that.
Yeah. That was fun today, huh?
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
All right, 5:57 now. A wintry Wednesday out there, and this little girl. He's already got all of his own stuff.
As I chatted with that guy last week, I realized I got a lot in common with him.
I bet you do. Good morning and welcome to the Fox 9 Buzz. I'm Alix Kendall.
I'm Tom Holden.
Keith Marler on our slushy, snowy, slurpy style.
Well, yeah.
Wednesday morning.
And just when we thought we were done wearing those heavy jackets and those clunky winter boots, old man winter just scoffs at
And
us.
just when Karen Scullin thought she wouldn't have to.
Morning.
I think tomorrow she should theoretically be able to just park in one place and just have such a snow-covered windshield and occasionally wipe. She can chase these anywhere. It'll all make sense, but she won't have to actually drive anywhere. Tomorrow might actually be better for her because we'll fake it.
It'll just be white in the background
It's not gonna matter where
anyway.
you are.
It's going to
just
look
gonna
the same.
Disgusting outside. It's going to be almost thinking about whiteout conditions, thinking about it, but that heavy wet snow and just. I'm not looking forward to driving it tomorrow morning. All things said and done.
Oh, it's
Well,
gonna
maybe
be
we
rough.
won't.
Yeah, well, and you know, today we warmed up a little bit. At least we had that going for us. Just a little taste of what's to come tomorrow. Right now, we still have crashes that'll pop up here and there, so we're not out of the woods yet. But generally speaking, and it's kind of interesting that the people on the north side didn't struggle at all. But tomorrow we'll be all included.
Now, we were talking to Tim, who's heading out of town, which some people still are doing, and he was concerned about the snow emergency and if you can park, because we've obviously got a lot of snow coming. But I looked on the Minneapolis website, and the snow emergency ended April 1st.
Right.
So I'm not sure if that's the same for St. Paul, but you can, even though we're going to get hit with a lot of snow, it doesn't sound like, the sun is warm enough that it'll melt off quickly.
Right, that's usually how spring snow works. As soon as it comes, it starts melting away, though. And some cities have the policy that after April 1st, they won't call it, even if they maybe think they need to. Of course, tomorrow, if that becomes an issue, I'll be talking all about it. But let's hope for Tim's sake, his car doesn't get towed.
I kind of hope it does.
Florida Director
Let's
Tim.
go to a warm place.
He's
We
going
need a little
to a
revenge.
concert.
You're right.
You see the Chili Peppers and the Wu-Tang Clan.
Well,
Didn't even know they were still
going
alive.
to the Coach outlet.
It's going to Coachella.
Oh, Coachella. I thought it was the
Coach
Coach outlet.
outlet.
Except the beard.
I thought he was getting a wallet or something. You mentioned north side of town being drier. I had the half-inch or so on my cool surfaces and on my car, which was parked in the driveway because I'm smart. But my driveway was already dry. By the time I was leaving. I left early this morning, too. And my driveway was already dry, no precipitation, and that's been this is snow that wants to be water, as we've seen this morning. It doesn't take much of a hint of warmth today to go, panic, water! And that's when it turns so quickly. You pick it up and it melts in your hands. You got to compress it into a snowball. But other than that, it's almost.
But we have to get.
That's true. Tomorrow morning's gonna be horrible for a commute.
That's right.
We've all been warned.
I'm just saying.
All right, thanks, Keith. As we brace for the big snow to start, other states have been dealing with it already. Dawn Stevens joins us outside the weather deck with a look. Can you hear us? She's just outside the studio. Morning, Dawn.
Good morning, guys. Isn't it good to know, though, that we're not alone in all of this?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's the right side of things. So, color.
Forget the snow for a second. We want to know, what would you be doing? Let's kind of go to that happy place. What would you be doing if it was 74 degrees and sunny? Not necessarily right this second, but what would you want to be doing? What do we often do in the middle of April? This is what some of you are saying.
Took the puppy dog out yesterday for a walk because I had a feeling that it probably will not be happening tomorrow or today. Maybe
Today's okay.
Today.
As long as your neighbors shovel their sidewalks.
Do you know a good thing about all of this, though?
Oh,
Please.
Please, Dad.
Don't.
Tell the Christmas story again.
He's going to tease us.
Haven't gotten the lawnmower out yet. The lawnmower season started early last year.
You know what?
And then it went all the way through. I think I mowed my lawn into November last year as well for that long season.
something,
Here we
I
are.
guess.
We're mid-April. Lawnmower still packed away.
We should have asked them, would you rather shovel or mow? I think most people would rather mow.
Just saying.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Coming up on the Fox 9 Buzz, the Canadians are trying to keep parents civilized at kids hockey games, and you might not believe how they're doing it.
Plus, we've
I mean, that's one of those after,
don't.
well, it's one of the after the fact things. Of course, how do you quantify that too? But that's really frightening. Yeah, exactly.
third degree
Alex.
daydreaming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how many times, and maybe it's just the hour that we drive in, in the overnight hours, basically here, is that you don't remember driving to work.
No, I didn't do that.
You know, you get here, like, did I pass Bloomington?
Just do what I do. I play headbanging music on the way into work. Have you ever heard me, like when I
Slayer.
pull in here?
I thought I heard some Slayer.
That really gets the eons and the neutrons and what those things in my brain.
eons. Boy,
The eons.
those eons are really firing today.
See, the problem is I've been listening too much, and now I think they're
well,
eons.
you've been listening for eons.
And it has been eons.
What's your favorite hair metal band?
Slayer.
Okay, you're welcome.
Why not Rat with 2 T's?
Quiet Riot.
Oh, the Quiet Rat's always
Warrant.
fun. Hey, we're not going to take it.
Winger.
Yeah, now, enough. Enough.
Okay.
We'll daydream about that on the way home.
I'm daydreaming right now.
One Canadian city.
Sad commentary. Now, the person who introduced this to the Park Board in Vancouver said it was one that, yeah, we're going to truly make a statement that we have to have better behavior for our kids, essentially, and that's what they're going to do. It's unclear if it's going to pass City Council.
Well, there's
in
got to be a
Vancouver.
scale of heckling, though. I mean, you have to be able to razz an opposing player or the.
And I think this comes mostly from you kids, even on the same team. So, they're saying it's really bullying. Of course, everything's called bullying right now, but they say this is a little bit. That's all they want.
I don't like most other parents, I've determined. in a vague situation, on a one-to-one.
Be a contrarian. You love to go against everything everyone else is saying. You don't like groupthink, so no wonder you don't want to be around other
You're the
parents.
parent that all the other parents whisper when you're coming. They're like, hey,
There he is.
He hates Santa.
everybody moves over
I
a
love
little
Santa.
He hates the Easter Bunny.
I like an Easter Bunny too. They don't.
Exactly.
bit. Coming up on the Fox 9 Buzz, we're going back outside for a look at the roads.
Yeah, but first, Lohan and Letterman. Minutes or so.
We're thinking about, what we would do if maybe the weather was warmer right now, because we need to go somewhere.
We're daydreaming about it.
Yeah.
People said they'd call in sick. So people say if it was that nice now, I would call in sick. That's one of my favorite response for the day. Here's some more.
Canadians. Snow in
Hi,
April.
Ian.
They've got it too. 9:23. Let's jump into the lightning round.
We are going to go back outside. We have people out there. Let's go, right?
Yes, we do.
I'm not going.
We're going to have a look at the.
Tonight, and early this morning was appetizer, and then we're going to have the main course.
This is the artichoke dip. Is that what I heard
That's
earlier?
what Karen said earlier. Let's check in again with Karen Scullin. She is out cruising the roads just at least a couple more times during this winter.
Sometimes
we
that
lost her.
happens, and good luck to Karen.
Karen, we hope you're okay out there. She said MnDOT stopped.
hear us.
She said MnDOT stopped tweeting crashes, which is a big sign that they're pretty much done, that the new crashes aren't showing up. So that's
now.
good news then, because the roads, as she mentioned, shouldn't say just wet, but
Okay, the big story, of course, is about tomorrow, and Keith is now. And,
we are the
snow
finer art of it.
blowers.
And your neighbor who blows the sidewalk for everybody.
I know he takes pity on us, I think
That's
is what he
kinda
does. But I really appreciate John Posel. Another shout out to John. Well, odds are we all have home improvement projects that we would like to accomplish, but as we know, they can be expensive.
Incredibly expensive, but you can score some really big deals at Habitat for Humanity's Restore Shop, which offers inexpensive fixtures, appliances, and a lot more. Here's Emma Roscoe. She's checking it out. That no matter what you do, your chances of getting a show now on cable are pretty good.
They're pretty good. Look
There's
at you.
hope for us all.
You're
That's right.
daydreaming
Maybe
about
someday,
that.
maybe someday we'll be on TV.
Maybe, if we're lucky. I don't know if people would put up with us though.
Not for very long.
Coming up with the Fox 9 Buzz, clearing up some fitness confusion.
Yeah, our fitness expert, Alix.
Outside, there's really nothing to see. Just snow. There'll be more snow
Nothing
later.
to see here, look away.
More snow next
Moving
week
on.
and more snow into May and June. Okay, with all the information about fitness, whether you get it on the internet, on TV, magazines, newspapers, whatever, it's hard to tell what's real, what's going to work, and what is just plain old white noise.
Okay, so joining us to talk about some fitness strategies and how they are misunderstood is our fitness expert, Ellie Holman. Some good ideas here
You know,
today.
and I've been in the fitness industry for about 18 years. I mean, I've tried the Thigh Master. I've tried eating bagels till I'm blue in the face because they're low fat, and then you start looking like a bagel.
Bagels are so good.
Yeah, I mean, so we've kind of been through it all. And the way that I find that people get their wellness or their fitness initiatives, they grab information from a bunch of different places,
Sure.
and they may be following a myth that really isn't helping their waistline, but they think they're doing the right thing. So I'm going to debunk a couple of them today.
Yeah,
So
let's start with the night eating.
Night
'cause
eating.
This is one that a lot of people talk about,
Yes.
and it makes sense. Some of it does. It's like, don't eat after 8 o'clock because it's hard on your heart, it's hard on your body. We've heard all those things.
Oh yeah, I've heard,
So
I mean, people
is
say
it?
after 7 o'clock I'm going to completely stop eating,
Right.
and it really there's no magic times, and making
that
sure that
video.
you're eating those small amounts so you're not gorging. Okay, but there really is no magic number. There's
Calories
7
in,
o'clock,
calories out.
in, calories out, and just I actually eating at night is good. Eating something 200 calories or less because you don't go to bed hungry, you don't wake up
hungry.
completely starving. So it really does keep that metabolism kicking. But just remember, the mini meals are what's important, not really a magic time to stop eating at night.
Okay, some things people misunderstand about hunger.
Yes, and most people say, well, if I feel hungry, I should eat. But do you know that when you're tired, experiencing a lot of stress, so you really have to stop and ask yourself, I always tell people, if you feel that you're hungry and it's not time for your meal, really take about five or so minutes and try to say, okay, am I really hungry? Or drink some water first to make sure it's not a dehydration thing, because a lot of times that's what it is. And just make sure that you're truly hungry, okay? So the one thing you'll know, if you start getting on a consistent eating schedule, eating every 2 to 3 hours, you will start to really recognize the true cue of hunger. A lot of people don't even know what it feels like to be hungry. So
When your stomach's growling.
right, yeah, you don't want to get to that point, but you will get to that point where you go, I need to eat. You know, I feel that my blood sugar is getting low, I need to eat. And that's when you really start to know the hunger cues. But really try to assess if you're really hungry before you eat that big meal.
All right, people probably heard this one before. Exercising makes you tired.
Yes,
and which is the opposite, right?
Right, and as a trainer, I hear that all the time. People say, well, I couldn't get to my workout because I was so tired. You know,
It's called endorphins.
Right, it has the opposite effect. So if you are tired, and actually yesterday I felt like this because the weather is just so, you know, and
Belong to people have to work out. What do you say?
right, and that a lot of people used to think, well, it has to be an hour plus for it to be effective. Okay, it's not going to be worth it to do that workout unless I can fit it in an hour. And actually, all the new research points to doing those shorter, more efficient, effective workouts, mixing it up on a daily basis, really avoiding those plateaus. It's not really about the time, it's about the intensity and really the effectiveness of the workout you're doing. So if you only have 15 or 20 minutes, you can still get in great shape. You can still be a fit person. You don't need that hour plus.
Yeah, run out of time, but we have a couple things we want to talk about. The six-pack abs
Yes.
is the kind of the gold standard of fitness.
Yes.
A lot of people.
Spot training. You
want
can't
those
say, I
abs.
just want to work this area right here. Your body loses weight in a systematic fashion. You truly have to work the entire body
You gotta lose
in order
fat everywhere.
everywhere.
to
You can't
expose
just
the
say, I
abs.
just want to lose it right here, unfortunately.
do that.
No.
Dang it.
I want to just go to the doctor. I want those abs. These right here on this.
Yes, can you draw them? You can get them airbrushed in.
I know. Some people are doing that.
Right, yeah, it is true. It is true. And just real quick, juice cleanses, a lot of people ask me about them. If you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to get fit, eat real food, non-processed food, eat mini meals a day, that's the key.
Where have we heard that before? Oh, wait.
Over and over and over again.
And from our mothers.
Yeah.
Here.
Well, Allie Holman, thank
Thanks,
you very
Allie.
much
Thank you,
for
guys.
dispelling some of those myths.
Thank
For the
you.
tips, go into corecamper.com.
Thank you.
Allie. All right, we have our video.
We're starting at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Yes.
For snow coverage and everything else, and we had the idea that we could begin Tim's cleanse at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning to
Yes.
see how the show goes.
How it goes.
Okay.
Is it a one or a two? It is 9:55. Let's go
Speaking
through our
of
viewer
cleansing,
comments right now. What are
need
you
a mental
what are you
cleanse.
daydreaming about today?
Works for us that you're gone too.
And you're welcome.
I miss you, Barb. I was just kidding. That
No,
was
he
just to
doesn't.
get them to go like this.
Would
I'm
you
not
expect
kidding.
anything
Okay,
else?
so for the non-barbs, we need to know exactly when the snow's getting here, how
Yeah.
much more we're going to get, all that kind of stuff.
Well, we have we picked up our little slushies this morning. Most of the roadways
The
are doing a lot
ices?
better. Yeah, exactly. We'll melt off even some of the stuff that's on our 10 and 40 by Saturday.
Got to make it to Saturday, though.
Yeah.
We do.
All right, thanks, Keith.
Well, that does it for the Fox 9 Buzz on this Wednesday.
Here's our video of the day. A German